Hello everybody and welcome back to an episode of The Insider. Today I'm joined by FinTech royalty, Mr. Mark Hipperson. Mark was the co-founder of Starling Bank, but Mark, would you like to give a brief introduction?
Hi Ben. Yes, I'm Mark Hipperson. I'm the CEO and founder of Ziglu. A bit of background to myself. Worked a long time in incumbent banks, so I know what they're good at and what they're not so good at. And I left Barclays a while ago and ran a consultancy business for a while. But importantly, I guess back in 2013, 2014, when banking law changed and the FCA and the PRA were encouraging people to challenge the banks and current account switching wasn't working. You're not going to cross the road to go from Barclays to Lloyds, are as bad as each other. So they wanted more competition in the marketplace. So I founded a bank called Starling Bank, along with a few others back then. And now I've launched a new challenger, but obviously different problems 5 years on in 2020 than it was in 2015 when we did Starling. So the problems today are a little bit different, and I'll talk about those in a moment. But now, yeah, I've found a company called Ziglu, which is a sort of a crypto challenger.
Yeah, super exciting, very relevant as well. I guess it would be good just to get a bit of a brief overview of Ziglu then.
Sure, okay, happy to. Thank you for asking. So what does Ziglu do? So Ziglu sort of addresses the problems of today, as I was saying, really, which were different to I guess 5 years ago when all the challenges started to land, and there was Atom, there was Tandem, there was Starling, there was Monzo and those guys, and even Revolut back then. And what the guys were looking to do then, and what they've really done a great job of, is proving that you can have a more positive relationship with your bank. There's a story, I don't say it very often, but it's just come to mind just now. I was on my way into work. Normally, when life's normal, I get off at Cannon Street from sort of Tunbridge Wells, and then sort of cross to One Poultry where our office is in the city, and go into prep and queue up as you do in the morning at sort of about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I guess. And there was always a massive queue. But on this one occasion, there was these there happened to be two girls at the front of the queue, and they paid at the same time with their, for their coffees, and both put down their hot coral Monzo card, not Starling, I'm afraid, but hot coral Monzo card to pay. Looked at each other from different tills and high-fived each other like, full gang. Now, you wouldn't get that if you were both Barclays customers or Lloyds customers or Santander customers, would you? So that sort of, I don't know, we're part of something which is great, and putting you in control of your money and the notifications and the help to help you is what challenger banks have been really successful at. But here we are 5 years on, and we still have problems with foreign exchange, people queuing at airports, getting ripped off 25% on the way out and 25% on the way back. They don't know any different. And then there's crypto, where we know it's gone mainstream now with everything happening in the world, with Facebook, with Canada, with China, with Goldman Sachs, with even European governments saying, yeah, okay, we accept it's happening now, we'll do something about it. But there's no easy, simple way to simply buy it without being ripped off, and buy it instantly and hold it alongside your normal traditional currency. So we've done that. We built that. So we built another sort of banking platform from scratch. We've integrated multiple different FX providers and multiple different crypto providers to give you the best price instantly to be able to buy, sell, hold, send and spend your crypto. So that's what we built. And it's something really for the 99% of people that currently haven't got a solution in that place. And just want an easy way of doing it.
And I know you've just gone live, haven't you? So is this been? So how long has this been in the kind of building stage?
About 18 months or so. So we've done it in many ways similar to how, if you look in the world, I guess there's 4 companies, I believe, I think I'm right with this, that have built out sort of a currency account platform in the cloud. As Starling, Monzo, Revolut, and ourselves at Ziggle. And so building that all yourself, that bank ledger, that hub, and then connecting out to all the third parties to do KYC, and my phone's talking to me, to do KYC and AML, and to do cards, and to do payments, and to do currency, and to do crypto, and making that all instant in real time. It's pretty hard to do. Very few people have done it. I think we're the only ones that have actually done anything similar to this. So to get that and build it yourself, so that going forward, when we want to launch payments and cards and different added functionality, it's really quick. So that's what we've been investing the time doing. And also, it's highly reliable and highly resilient and highly secure, as it has to be. And it takes time to get that right.
Yeah.
So that's where the time's gone. But now we're launched. We've got people signing up all the time, which is great, and enjoying it, and great feedback from people on social and direct to us. So we're really pleased about it.
It's funny, isn't it? How's it, when you think of the timing to launch a new business right around the kind of, situation we find ourselves in right now with the pandemic. Did that have any impact in terms of how you started? How big's your team, and was it a challenge to kind of manage everybody through the launch stage?
Yeah, so lots of questions there. So the team's about 30, I'll give or take one or two. If anything, it's given us quite a few extra hours in a week.
Yeah.
Because we're not traveling in and not traveling back. So myself, I travel best part of 4 hours a day. So 4 hours a day over a working month is giving myself, almost like another week and a half to work. I'm at my desk at a normal sort of time. Yeah. And our guys have been working massively hard as well, 12-hour days, solidly working. So that has been productive, really productive for most people in the company. And, we're a tech company, so, we were enabled to work at home. What we have done is made sure that everyone's comfortable at home as you need to, make sure they've got the right equipment to be able to do their job. But we left our office back in March, a week before Boris asked us to, because we were a little bit worried what was going on and what could be going on. But yeah, we've had quite a good response from people. People generally have strangely quite enjoyed it. But now we're thinking about the whole coming back process. We're thinking about that. Do we need the same size office? Do we have a smaller office? And people in the office are 50-50 split. 50% are saying, actually, I love working at home. I want to stay like this, please. And the other 50% are saying that I really want to spend a few days, not all the time, interestingly now, a few days in London. So we're going to make provisions for both, because I think you will talk to any business right now, and every business has learned lessons from this. Even a business such as ourselves, which relies upon tech, is like 95% of what we do. And you want your engineers to be comfortable, but there is a degree of social interaction that you don't get over Zoom, that you get around sort of a coffee machine and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll do a bit of that moving back, but the problem is going to be, which most companies will face, because most companies are going to do this, because I think they've learned it works, is how do you get people who are at home and people in the office to work as effectively as everyone being at home. And that's because it's either, if you're in the office, it's quite effective, if you're at home, it's quite effective, but if you're in both places, it brings some innate inefficiency in the system that we need to work through. But inevitably, we'll land that way.
Yeah, it sounds like you've learned a hell of a lot over the last 15 weeks, I guess, since the lockdown. And businesses I'm speaking to and managers I'm speaking, I think everyone's in a similar boat. I think people will start gradually coming back, and I think that the good thing is, like you say, working in technology, you guys are set up half already. The biggest issue, I guess, and I'd imagine you're going to be growing as an organisation, is sometimes onboarding, and it's not just the kind of onboarding when you send someone a laptop, it's the social onboarding as well, like you said about the whole kind of chatting at the coffee shop in the morning, for example. But no, it sounds really exciting. Where do you see the future then for Ziglu? Obviously you've launched now. There's extra functionality that you're loading. I'm throwing more questions at you, Mark, again, but am I right in saying at the moment you're just UK based?
Yeah, we're UK to start with. We're going to be developing out our functions over the course of the next few weeks and months, with some really cool features and functions coming that set us apart from everybody else. I mean, at the moment, we believe, if not the cheapest, one of the cheapest places to instantly buy cryptocurrencies and hold those alongside your fiat currency. And then we're adding in a whole raft of features and functions to make it truly stand out from everybody else. So that's sort of the UK and what we're doing this year. And then in Q4, we're looking to move into Europe, and we'll need sort of multiple language versions. I mean, we can do it as we stand now, but from a UK version, but we'll need multiple different versions for different countries. And then the US is a big target for us as well. And we're thinking about that from Q1 and weighing that up with lawyers over there. You'll be aware It's a really tough licensing regime in the States, as both N26, Revolut, and Monzo are finding. Last time I was over in San Francisco, sort of raising money. Well, I was talking about Series A, which we're planning for next year. I was in Union Square in San Francisco, and I had a burger. I love my burgers. And bus went past with N26 on the side of it. They've sort of moved out of the UK because it's a bit hard over here, and found themselves in obviously quite deliberate in San Francisco, aiming at a similar sort of audience to Monzo and Revolut over there. But yeah, they're pushing hard over there. But you can't get your own license in the States. It's quite a difficult way of doing it. You have to sort of piggyback on someone else's license to get over there. And that's one of the reasons why I think we've been so, I know people don't necessarily agree with this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think we still happen to be the fintech capital of the world, really, in London, certainly sort of Shoreditch City area. Massive amounts of knowledge and capability in terms of depth of skills in fintech. You find there's a lot of tech on the west coast of America. Obviously, a lot of finance on the East Coast. Berlin, pretty good for both as well. But I still think where N26 came from, and one or two companies such as Manby that provide banking, ledgers and stuff, and a whole raft of others. Solaris is over there as well. But over here in London, like it's a melting pot of so many great tech businesses.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to be a part of that. And it means that when you're launching a company like Ziglu and building and adding to your engineering team, people start hearing about you. They want to be working with the latest tech.
Yeah.
They want to be working with the latest sort of fintech. I guess buzzy company, and I guess we're considered to be one of those in a moment. So we're able to pick who we want, and we've got some fantastic people in our tech team. I'm really proud to be part of that. In the past, I've been sort of the technology guy really in my last sort of few roles as CTO, but now as CEO, I've got a fantastic tech team. The CTO is amazing, the tech team is amazing, and the quality of people we're finding is fantastic.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, when I'm speaking to candidates in general, I'd say that fintech is probably the most in demand for candidates that they want to work in. And for someone who I feel like I have my finger on the pulse, there's fintechs that spring up from all different angles for new candidates. And when I see them on LinkedIn, it's interesting to kind of look into. But you're right, the whole kind of Shoreditch area, there's lots of different fintechs. But yeah, listen, Ziglu sounds extremely exciting. You've got a lot of previous experience obviously within fintech and launching in the States and stuff like that. I know from personal experience. So I wish you all the success in the world. I think you're going to be very, very successful with this. We'll keep a very close eye. Thank you very much for attending. And let's look forward to catching up soon and chatting some football over a beer, Mark.
I really look forward to that, buddy. Thank you.
All the best. Take care.
Thanks, mate.